living a life of faith is not difficult. And then I begin to wonder why many people find it difficult to live the life of faith. The reason why people do that is because they always want to have somebody they can hold on to and blame and look up to. But no. This is what the Bible says in Hebrews 11 from verse 1, and I read from the Message translation. It says, the fundamental fact of existence is that this trust in God, this faith, is the firm foundation under everything that makes life worth living. If you want to ever live, see, many have lived lives that are not worth living. But I made up my mind many years ago, God, I want to live a life worth living on the earth. The Bible says that those men, at the end of this book of Hebrews, say those men of whom the world was not worthy. I want to be part of those whom the world was not worthy. I want to live a life that is worth living. And the Bible is telling us that the first foundation to live that kind of life is faith. It is trust in God. It is trust in God. Revival is anchored on total dependence and total trust in God. Total dependence and total trust in God. The Bible tells us that the act of faith is what distinguished our ancestors and set them above the crowd. The crowd goes one direction, but the extraordinary men and the men who have left a mark in their dispensation are those who go the other way, or who are set out, or who are set above the ordinary crowd. How can you come to life? How can you come to the earth and nobody knew you ever came? That's an error. It's an error. For many years, Evan Roberts was praying in Wales, praying for revival. He was praying for revival. For 13 years, he was praying for revival. He had initially wanted to go to America to go do missionary works, but he was praying for revival. He was praying for revival. Every day for 13 years, Evan Roberts prayed for revival. And then when God will visit, from 1904, 1905, 1906, revival sparked out in Wales. The Welsh revival was a very huge and massive revival that started to spark up Pentecostal fire in all nations of the world. Men like Jacob and Morgan, one of the greatest Bible expository preachers that you can ever see on earth, had to go to Wales, had to go to Evan Roberts and see what is God doing exactly. And when he saw it, he was like, he left with something that made a man forever in his life. And today we have Morgan College. And all these things became ingredients. And people went to Wales. They went to see what was God doing in Wales. And then they came. And then they can start replicating most of these things in other parts of the world. William Seymour came to Los Angeles with a men like Frank Battleman, who were praying for years, praying that God, we need revival in Los Angeles. We need revival in this city. And when it was time, God sent a man like William Seymour. And he came, and the Azusa Street revival was massive. Faith in God is the ultimate thing that any human being living on earth needs. I don't know how people live without faith. I don't know. I don't know how possible it is to live a life without trusting wholly on God. The Bible says here that the fundamental fact of existence, the fundamental truth, the number one truth, the ultimate truth of existing in this life is something that the Bible wants to tell us now. It says that this faith, this trust in God, is the firm foundation under everything that makes life worth living. This is what the Bible is saying. It was never on the Message translation. It is the fundamental fact. The most ultimate truth is that faith will make your life worth living. I'm an evidence of that. We used to have times when our life was a life that was not worth living. And then the Lord spoke to us about faith. The Lord said, look at that man, William Samuel Winston, look at him, look at Bill, and follow him. He says, look at Casey Price, Dr. Frederick Casey Price, and pattern your life according to them. And then we began to stumble on these acts of faith. Thank God for the opportunity to have this access to the materials, to the books, to the videos, to the tapes, and everything that had to spark up the faith of God in us. And since that time, it's been a life worth